What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my crypto journey. My name is Rodney. Do me a favor, clickety-clack that like button, push us up in the old algorithm, and we're going to be covering some cryptocurrency news. And of course, the biggest news of the day is Terra Luna Classic still going absolutely insane. Now, we are seeing a bit of a pullback on the 1 hour chart after it did hit the sixes, but this is completely normal. We actually might have a little more selling pressure coming in, but I do think our next price target is going to be the sixes, and from there, we don't know. Now, we did have a lot of news come in. Of course, the biggest news is that Binance is showing support for the burn tax. Now, a lot of people had some mixed emotions on what Binance did. So they are implementing the burn tax, but only on deposits and withdrawals. And that's going to start on the 20th. So I believe 12 days from now. That's very interesting. Now, it's not going to be on trading or anything like that, and a lot of people had some issues with that. Now, I think this is good. This is a start. Of course, Binance is the biggest exchange where Terra Luna Classic is at, so we're going to have to wait to see what they do in the future, but like I said, it is a start, so it is a good thing. Now, the volume has increased 54% on the 24-hour time period for Terra Luna Classic, which is good. The market cap has risen to $3.1 billion, which is really, really good. And if we go back to the rankings, we can see that finally CoinMarketCap ranked Terra Classic correctly. I don't know what took them so long, but they did. You know, CoinMarketCap always does these sorts of things where they take forever to list projects correctly, right? They don't rank them correctly. And it did pass Crypto.com, Kronos, which is very, very interesting since Kronos has been an established project for quite a while. And Terra Luna Classic is a kind of a rebirth, obviously, of Terra Luna, right? Terra Luna Classic. It's been around for about 3 months technically, right? The new Terra Luna Classic. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens when it comes to Binance actually implementing the burn on actual trades, because I think that's the best way to burn some of the supply, is that we implement that tax on the trades. But right now we're only seeing it on deposits and withdrawals. So keep that in mind. At least they're showing support. I think this is a good thing. Now, if we go to markets over on CoinMarketCap, we can see that 50% of the volume that comes from Terra Luna Classic for spot trading is from Binance. So they are a big player when it comes to Terra Luna. The second best is KuCoin at 8%. And of course, the rest of the percent is divided across all the other exchanges. Now, this is a big deal. It's a big deal to have these big centralized exchanges on board with all these proposals, because as you can see right here, Terra Luna, the top 10 holders, right? The top 10 exchanges that it's on, not holders, but exchanges that it's on, are centralized exchanges. So that's a very, very big deal. So we'll see what happens, but this is a good start. Now, if we go to the Luna Classic Penguins website, we can see that more and more Terra Luna Classic is being staked by the day, which is good. It's going to cut down on the circulating supply. So this is all very, very good news. Now we have some other news. SaitaPro, another small cap community token and cryptocurrency, a product that I've been very critical of in the past before, is announcing that they are trading Terra Luna Classic on its first ever decentralized exchange. Now, if you go to some decentralized exchange, you can see that, Terra Luna Classic is trading on some other dexes, but they are bridged. So I'm not sure what this means. I mean, it's cool to see two communities coming together, but does that mean SaitaPro bought their own Luna Classic and is now trading it on their exchange? I don't know exactly what's going on here, but they are supporting Terra Luna Classic, and I don't see this as a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people don't like SaitaPro in the space, and like I said, I've been really critical of them, but this is good. They're bringing two communities together. I don't think you can be mad at this situation, especially if they're going to help with the burns. If they can help with the burns, then they'll really get a lot of Terra Luna Classic people on their side. But if they don't mention anything about the burns, then I'm not sure how much that's really going to help with the project. And it seems like maybe a way to get some of the community to come over to SaitaPro, but still not a bad thing all in all. Now, when it comes to other cryptocurrency news, we can see the entire cryptocurrency market is up a little bit on the day. Of course, Ethereum up 3% or 3.8%, Bitcoin up about 1% on the day, and the entire cryptocurrency market is nearing $1 trillion again, up 2% on the day at $974 billion. Of course, we got some news from the Jerome Powell, right, this morning about the state of our economy, and it doesn't look that good going forward, and it's not going to be that good for the next couple of months, guys. It's going to be hard times times ahead for the entire cryptocurrency market. But it's cool to see plays like Terra Luna Classic being exciting in a market that's going to be boring. Now, I know the cryptocurrency market's not going to be looking good for the next, couple months, but this is also going to give a lot of people, probably a once in a lifetime chance buying opportunity to get into some projects that you couldn't otherwise afford. Like BNB, to me, of course, Binance, right? BNB coin is one of my favorite projects. And if we go back to all time in November, this thing was like almost, $650. Now you can get it at $200. That's, it's 1/3 the price pretty much, right? So to me, buying these sorts of things are a steal. Right. So I'm excited for the coming pain in the markets because it's going to give me an opportunity to buy my favorite cryptocurrency projects. Now, this is very interesting. Coinbase, the largest centralized exchange in the United States, is funding a lawsuit against the U.S. Treasury. So just recently, the U.S. Treasury banned and blocked Tornado Cash from being used. And of course, Tornado Cash is kind of like a privacy service you can use in DeFi to hide where your money is coming from. Well, North Korea has been doing a lot of shady things in the cryptocurrency world, most notably responsible for the Ronin Bridge hack that saw the loss of $600 or something million in cryptocurrency. And they used Tornado Cash to wash the money and the funds, so people didn't know where it went or where it came from. So the U.S. has been kind of dropping the hammer on services like Tornado Cash because they don't want people to hide their money. Now, I think it's because they don't want the average American taxpayer to hide their cryptocurrency, along with sticking it to North Korea. But Coinbase is helping fund that lawsuit, which is very interesting. Now, there's a law in place that if you use Tornado Cash, you can be sentenced to up to 30 years in prison, which is absolutely insane because this law came into effect in the span of a couple of days. It seems a little crazy to me that they would drop the hammer like that on something like Tornado Cash right now and not give people a warning. But Coinbase, which is the largest exchange again in the United States, is funding a lawsuit against the U.S. Treasury. So that's interesting. I wonder how that's going to play out. Also, Gary Gensler, of course, the leader of the SEC, supports the CFTC oversight on Bitcoin and maybe all of cryptocurrency. So that's kind of a big deal. So, of course, we know all about Gary Gensler. Not a lot of people like him because he's been really trying to get a hold of cryptocurrency, right? The U.S. government is really trying to figure out how the hell they're going to regulate cryptocurrency. And it looks like they want to give the CFTC greater power to oversee and regulate Bitcoin and crypto. And I think that's not a bad thing. It's going to be interesting to see how they regulate it, guys. But in order for us to get mass adoption, we're going to need some sort of regulating body to oversee cryptocurrency. And we just got to hope that they're not too harsh on these rules because, the way I see it is that this big money is not going to ape into cryptocurrency unless they think it's safe. And right now, the fact is, a lot of these projects are seen as unsafe, especially after what happened to Terra Luna Classic, right? Or Terra Luna before, where it was worth $116 a share, and now it's worth fractions of a penny. And the algorithmic stablecoin didn't work anymore. And then we had Voyager, going under, and Celsius, and all these big cryptocurrency projects that seemed like they were legit, but due to the fact that there was no governing body to regulate things, I feel like they got away with a lot of malpractice. So we're gonna have to see what happens in the future. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. How do you feel about all the events happening in the world of cryptocurrency? How do you feel about Terra Luna Classic? How do you feel about the Saitama partnership with Terra Luna Classic? I'm interested to hear your opinion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.